All right, finally, we are live. Lunchtime, people. Lunchtime on a Friday. Good afternoon now, and welcome to On the Spot 947, where we sit down. We have a little tete-a-tete with some of the biggest and talented names in the arts, and equally those who are on their artistic journey in the hopes of influencing and changing the world. Now, we are ending this week with another guest, a young artist who is based in Davao and has a sound all to himself, fusing pop, dance, disco, electro pop, and my favorite genre of all, R&B. Now, he released his first single that's called Bye last year and self-produced the video. The last time I checked, it has actually garnered 24,000 views. Now, this is just the kind of numbers that any artist would love to have. Now, his second single, called Bangin, was released this February, and it has surpassed the figures that his first single has had. And it has garnered about 38,000 views on his YouTube channel. Now, the song also has about 200,000 streams on Spotify. Now, currently, if you must know, he also has about 80,000 monthly listeners on Spotify with an average of 8,000 streams a day. And his YouTube channel has finally reached 5,000 subscribers. Maybe you can give, 1-0 to me. So I can have good metrics as well. Clearly, he is doing something right, and it's time to finally meet him. Let's say hello to Pablo. Hello, Paul.
Hi, everyone. Maayong udto.
Okay, I cannot say that dahil hindi ako marunong. Maayong ugto, is that it? Ugto?
Yes, udto.
Unto.
Udto. UGTO.
Maayong udto. All right. Alam ko lang is maayong gabi kasi obviously for and maayong maga, but udto hindi ko alam. So, okay.
Yeah.
You learned something new in a day. So that's great. Welcome to On the Spot 947. We're happy to have you here today.
Yes. Thank you so much.
When I was reading yung figures and stats ng songs mo earlier, and when you hear credentials being read like that, what goes through your mind? Do you feel na validated ka na and that you are on the right track? Or do you feel na, ang dami ko pang gagawin?
I think both. Kasi at the same time, parang, I feel kind of, motivated to do more. Kasi I think na, talagang mapupush further pa kasi I'm still starting and I just released 3 songs pa so far as Pablo. So, ayun, 2 songs pala, and yung Bye kasi is going to be transferred lang to my artist profile. So parang I also consider Bye as one of my singles as Pablo. So ayun, parang as much as I feel happy about my achievements, I also want to do more kasi I think na parang we can do more pa, we can push further. Pero right now I feel really happy na parang alam mo yun, yung parang nagpi-pay off na siya because of the help of a lot of people, especially Sir Alex and Warner Music Philippines. So parang ayun, parang nakikita ko na may direction na so yung music ko and may nag-guide na sa akin.
Right, and we're happy that the direction is going the way that you want it and the way that that the songs should. The good thing about wanting to do more in the long run is you build up a catalog of work that can serve as your musical portfolio. And we know that building portfolios like that, they take time. So ma-imagine ko lang the time that you spend in honing your songs and your craft. And when you do write a song, do you ever think back on the time when you discovered that, when you were a kid, uy, okay pala ang music, uy, I can sing pala. Can you tell us about yung discovery process na yan, when you discovered that you like music and then you actually can sing?
Okay, so before I focused on songwriting or before I even discovered that I know how to write songs, I actually started with singing before. Since I was in kindergarten pa, parang talagang nag-perform na ako sa school. My first performance ever, yung yung Kinder 1. So, yung Nutrition Month. And then, yung time pa lang na yun, I really love, I love attention, but for the sake of performing, parang my reason why I want the attention of people because I want to showcase what I love to do, which is performing and dancing, singing, ganon. So, hanggang sa dumating ako ng high school and college talaga, into performing pa rin ako, like sa dancing, ganon, and singing. Pero pagdating ng second year high school, parang kasi nagkaroon ako ng friend si Ate Mitch. Ay di ko alam si Mitch Navor.
Okay.
Classmate ko siya before, di ko alam tagal ko na siya hindi na mention pero na-remember ko nagsusulat siya ng poems and songs. So parang isa siya sa parang na gusto ko siyang tularan, parang nainggit ako, sabi ko wow, nagsusulat siya ng mga tula ganun. So trinay ko and after examination pa yun na time na-remember ko pa, parang first time ko na share in detail yung first ever experience ko in songwriting. Kasi ayun, after exam nagsulat lang ako ng song and then na-realize ko fun pala yung mag-create ng melody, ng lyrics. So hanggat sa na-develop ko na yung fun while writing music, hanggang sa naging passion ko na siya. So when I got into senior high school, I started recording some of my demos and then kahit in secret pa lang siya, parang parang hindi ko rin alam bakit ko siya ginagawa. Yung parang I just sense na parang may bigger reason in the future why I need to not stop doing this one because I know na baka maging big part siya ng life ko in the future and then ayun, hindi ko din talaga in-expect lahat
Right.
ng
And if
nangyari ngayon.
natutuwa ka while you're doing it, it makes you happy, then, just go ahead and do it. Curious, who are you listening to currently? Or the artist na laging naka-repeat sa playlist mo?
Okay, so since I was 8 years old, I've been into Lady Gaga until now. Kahit sa Cheek to Cheek era niya, Joanne era, hindi ko talaga siya iniwanan kasi maraming na si Alisan sa mga ganun niya na album. Pero ako talaga hanggang ngayon binabalikan ko pa rin yung The Fame Monster niya na mga na songs, yun.
Yeah.
So parang siya yung long term na artist na lagi kong nilulook up and nilulook back rin. Pero as of the moment I'm still exploring BTS kasi
Okay.
parang nakakawala ng stress.
Doing that too. Yeah. Your first single that you mentioned is called Bye. I do not speak Bisaya or Cebuano, but doesn't the word mean friend or pare? Correct me if I'm wrong. Tama ba?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. Tama. What's the origin of the song and how you came to write it?
Okay, so here in Davao kasi sorry ha, may langaw. Langaw.
You don't
yung
get
most
as real as that, so yeah, go ahead.
The usual kasi na tinatawag ng people dito sa Davao sa kanilang friends, maraming nagko-call ng bye. So especially sa mga Davao Konyo na yung mga Davaoenyo na nagsispeak ng Davao Konyo kagaya ko. Minsan kapag hindi namin kilala yung tao, parang natatawag namin siya ng bye, ganon. Tapos ayun, pag nagre-react ng malungkot, bye, ganyan. So hanggat sa naisip ko, why not write a song about it and then connect it to the dialect or language sa Davao Konyo. So kasi sa school ko kasi before, marami akong naging friends na nag-speak in Davao Konyo and then nababash sila or nami-misunderstood ganun kasi 'di ba parang akala nila pa-social ka agad kasi nami-mix mo yung English, Tagalog and Bisaya pero yun pala na-realize ko na yung naging friend ko na sila na hindi pala talaga sila fluent in Bisaya and Tagalog. So talagang magmi-mix yung English, Bisaya and Tagalog. So dapat hindi sila i-bash, parang i-understand sila. So through my song by yun, parang gusto ko i-educate yung people na instead of spreading hate or bashing people who speaks in Davao Konyo, we should instead spread positivity and support them or understand them.
Right. So that's the basic explanation. Davao Konyo is a mix of Bisaya, Tagalog, and English. Tama?
English.
Yes. So three languages na pinaghalo. But you know what? The thing about that is minsan tayo din bilang Pilipino pag nakarinig tayo ng someone who has an accent, biglang ay may punto, parang ganon. But we all should remember that for someone who speaks in an accent, that means they have another language na alam nila more than you. So, di ba? So that should not be the basis of anything. In the finishing the song and subsequently the video, sinabi mo in one interview that you incorporated your knowledge of editing in making and finishing the video for Bye. Para siyang one-man show yata just to finish the project. Is that right?
Yes, parang tinulungan lang ako ng mama ko and ng pamangkin ko kasi may part kasi sa music video ng Bay na may yung mga kamay na ano, gumaganon sa mukha ko. Yung isa kasi yung kamay doon sa mama ko, tapos yung isang pair naman kay sa pamangkin ko yon. So, yung pamangkin ko rin parang ini-instruct ko lang siya anong gawin sa camera, ano pindutin mo ganito kapag nawala ako sa focus, pindutin mo lang ako doon sa screen, parang ganon-ganon. So, ayun, parang pagdating sa editing and makeup and concept sa outfit, ako na lahat rin nag-work. Pati sa cover art. Until sa ngayon, ganun pa rin for Bangin and Kalawakan. Ako lang gumagawa ng cover art. Pero for music video, may ibang people na nag-work for it.
Sige, bigyan nga natin ng let's see, insight ang mga listeners natin with regards to the song. So I want to make them listen to a snippet of the song so they'll know what we're talking about. Okay. All right, playing it now.
1, 2, 3, let's go. I get tired, go today. Kasi karami nang nangyari at ginawa. Hindi ko god matay. Nabigla akong i-hate kahit wala. Manggod akong gimay. Na ikasiragod nila. Kasi nga daw ganito ako matukulat sa shoutout. Kahit di naman ganon anak mayaman. At puro Twitter ang alam. Hanap pumorma.
I love that you put Twitter in.
Pero nakakapikon. Kung ano-ano lang kinasabi niyo. Makaminis goodbye. Pero nakikita ko dyan ninyo alam. Na hindi manggod kami ganyan. Ano naman ang isipin niyo. Kaya wag lang good mag-judge. Kasi nakikita ko dyan ninyo alam. Na hindi manggod kami ganyan.
So that's just the taste of what the song sounds like, and I enjoy that you put Twitter in. So yay for the references. Everyone who uses Twitter, it's very easy to use. Hindi mahirap ang Twitter.
Yes.
Okay. So, it's fun. It's always fun being on Twitter. Now, in researching your previous work, I also saw that you used a different name then, because By and another song of yours that's called Baka Sakaling Balikan was released by Paul Ramirez and not Paul Pablo. So what's the insight behind that, and why the reason that you changed your artist name?
Okay, so for Nagbabaka Sakaling Balikan, it's actually not any parang kasi part kasi siya ng competition, so hindi ko siya ni-release by my own. So naging part siya ng competition and automatically na-claim siya ng aking artist profile as Paul Ramirez. So, ayun. Kasi ako lang rin kasi before yung nag-aasikaso ng artist profile ko, and hindi pa ako ganun kagaling sa ganyan dati. So, parang naging automatic claim yung artist profile ko ng entry ko for competition called Awitinista. And actually, Awitinista is the first ever songwriting competition na sinalihan ko na talagang ako nagsulat ng song. So, yun, nanalo ako sa contemporary category, and then hindi ako nag-grand champion, pero yun parang sort of validation na rin yun sa sarili ko na talagang parang gusto ko lang i-confirm sa sarili ko na talagang may potential ka sa songwriting, kaya i-push mo na yan yung gusto mong gawin. So, yun lang yung hiningi ko, kaya ako sumali doon sa competition. So, ayun, pagdating naman sa pag-change ko ng artist name, kaya ako naisipan ni Paul Pablo kasi I think na yung Paul Ramirez, yung name ko is parang hindi masyado siya pang-artist pakinggan siya. Talagang may saka yung
I get it. I get it.
Oo, parang gusto ko ng something na catchy and madaling ma-memorize ng people, ganon. And also kasi parang gusto ko rin mag-start over as an artist kasi yung Paul Ramirez, I wanted to reserve it as parang medyo private, or di kaya as a songwriter si Paul Ramirez, pero as an artist I wanted to be known as Paul Pablo. So kaya nag-change ako ng artist name.
Right. I get that. Yeah, especially if you are the person who does so many things, you produce, and eventually writing as an artist. It's two different personas, eh. So para lang no confusion. There's that delineation right there. Now, in addition to those two, there was also a song entitled "Hindi Ako Bibitaw," which is very emotional. If you guys get the chance to listen to it on Spotify, which I saw it and listened to it there, it was a part of a soundtrack for a BL series that's called My Day. BL for its Boys Love series. So, if in case you're not sure what kind of series it is, then because it's Pride Month, then you must watch it. It was released online last year. Did you write the song?
Yes.
Awesome. How does it feel to be part of a soundtrack and the kind of representation that the song has in connection to the series? And yes, given that it's Pride Month.
Siguro I think yung process lang, yung kasi yung first na pumasok sa isip ko. So whenever yung kanta ko is naging part ng isang soundtrack, parang nakaka-fulfill siya sa akin ng aking yung parang alam mo yun yung song mo pala hindi lang siya great for listening lang alone, pero maganda rin pala siya maging part ng isang series or isang movie. So ayun, sometimes kasi nagre-request yung kagaya nung sa My Day, talagang pinasulat nila ako ng song specifically for the series, and then yung inspiration ng song is yung series na story. So parang before pa na-release yung series, parang may idea na ako sa story, kaya nasulat ko yung talagang yung main OST nila. And then ayun, hindi ako makapaniwala lang na talagang na-push pala, kasi first time ko talaga yun magsulat ng song ever sa isang film, sa isang series pala.
So they asked you instead of ikaw ang nagbigay and waited for their reaction. So they specifically approached you for it.
Yes, pero ako yung nag-approach sa kanila na songwriter ako and I'm willing to work with them to gain experience, ganyan.
Okay.
Tapos, ayun, nagsend ako ng ibang demos ko, demo ng songs ko. Pero wala pa kasing Warner that time, wala pang Pablo and everything. Kasi yun pa lang since pagpasok ng pandemic, yun yung first ever na trinay ko na racket. So, ayun, pinush nila na, okay, parang we think na okay ka naman magsulat, ganun. So, pinasulat nila ako ng OST, and then nag-submit ako sa kanila ng entry, and then ayun, I feel lucky na napili nila yung song ko, and ayun, nakaka-happy rin. It's an honor for me to work with them and gain experience.
Yeah, I can imagine. And representation these days is very important. It's key, not just because it's Pride Month, but in general. And I feel that as an artist, if you're able to touch a particular community, and that in turn creates a ripple effect and touches people outside the community, then as an artist, you've done your job right. Diba? That you were able to touch other people, that, just because it's part of a BL series, it doesn't mean that you cannot take the song out and apply it to your life. Let's say if you are a heterosexual couple, right? It doesn't work that way. It just so happens that it's a song that was used there, but it can be used outside. So let's talk more about a recent song that you also released before we get to your latest. As you can see, I'm doing this chronologically.
Yes.
So that our listeners will feel that they are going on a journey with you from start to finish. And the next song that you released just most recently is called Bangin. What can you tell us about that song?
Okay, so Bangin is also, before I get into the meaning of the song, Bangin is also a soundtrack for a BL series called My Toxic Lover.
Okay,
so,
nice.
Oo, nagamit rin siya.
Mukota ka na. Isa pa lang kota ka na.
Hopefully yung kalawakan rin maging lahat
that would be great, diba? All three songs part of a BL series. So baka maging ka na, king of the BL BL soundtrack. Bawat isang kanta pasok sa automatic na yan. May bagong series. May bagong kataspon. Sige, akin na. Sama na natin. Automatic na. That would be great.
Naging suki. Oo.
Diba? So yeah, I mean, not just dream about it, but gawing totoo na yan, manifest na yan. Sige.
Sana.
Natin yung expectation mo.
Yun, for Bangin kasi, I wanted to write a song about reconnecting with love, kasi 'di ba ang rami sa atin yung takot mahulog sa love. Like, how we see Bangin. Ako kasi, how I see Bangin is kind of similar to how I see love. Whenever I feel like I'm falling in love to a certain person, except my family, of course, parang naisip ko agad na, ay, ayoko ma-fall. Ayun, parang takot agad ako kasi alam ko kapag nahulog ako, parang masasaktan agad. Parang predict mo na, hindi ka pa nga nag-love fully, predict mo na masasaktan ka, ganun. Parang ganun
Right.
rin yung Bangin, di ba? Parang hindi ka pa nahulog, alam mong 50-50 or mamamatay ka kapag nahulog ka sa Bangin. So, kaya yon ginamit ko yung Bangin as sort of a metaphor for the title or for the meaning of the song. So, ayun, for Bangin, I wanted to make people feel na instead of giving up sa love, parang mafe-feel nila, ay, gusto ko ma-in love ulit. So, that was my inspiration when I was writing Bangin.
I love that you refer it to as that you refer to falling in love as akin to falling over a cliff. There is truth to that. There is both a risk and fear, and also the exhilaration of falling in love, where you know or you think you know kung ano yung papasukan mo, what you're gonna get into, while at the same time you are expecting the unexpected. Just in case, between us two, is the song based on someone you know or personal experience?
Oo, parang dalawa kasi sila, yung isa yung papa ko na kasi that's why I said earlier na parang reconnecting with love, pero parang in general siya, hindi lang siya romantic love. It may also be about your love for your passion or love for your family, your parents, ganyan. Kasi 'di ba may times talaga na naging sobrang heartbroken ka kasi baka may nag-pass away sa family nyo, ganun-ganun. Tapos nawalan ka ng gana, and then ayun, until such time na nagre-reconnect ka ulit sa love, what you love to do, like your passion, ganun. So, Bangin may be also about that. Pero ayun, sa mababaw naman rin na rason sa pagsulat ko, talagang may nag-ghost sa akin kaya nasaktan ako, so naging inspiration ko rin yun, yung experience.
Ayan, sige. Natigil na ba yung pag-ghost? Wala nang nangyayari?
Wala na kasi hindi na rin ako nag-entertain.
Good. Yeah, you gotta exercise these demons out. Para tawag dito, sabugan mo ng holy water para hindi na bumalik. Yeah. On the subject of love, I know that it's not February, but as it is, love knows no months, nor does it know no bounds. So what would Paul Pablo do for love?
The only thing that I could do is to not give up on love kasi ayun, just like what I did sa Bangin, or what I wanted to tell through my song Bangin, no matter how you get heartbroken or no matter how many times ka masaktan because of love, you need to reconnect and you need to not give up on love. You just need to believe again and again para kasi it will give you a reason to be a better person, and of course it will give you hope. So you need to not give up on love.
And just a caveat, the thing about falling in love, and I don't know why this is the general preconception. Laging pag sinabi, if you're gonna fall in love, masasaktan ka. Why does it have to be like that? I mean, you do not fall in love, or you don't want to go into a relationship para masaktan. You want to go into a relationship para matuwa ka, meron kang kasangga sa buhay, merong nag-aabala para sa'yo, at meron ka rin pinag-aabalahan for another person. Diba? So, sana lang, for people out there, medyo palitan natin yung mindset natin that while love may hurt you, it doesn't mean that if you fall in love, you will get hurt. Okay? Okay, yes. Children? Palitan natin ang sinabi lesson ngayong araw. Also, I gotta love, and I'm sure you will too, that you are in 5 Spotify editorial playlists. This includes Tatak Pinoy, Relax Tayo, New Music Friday Philippines, not to mention ikaw ang cover for the playlist OPM Rising and LGBTQ plus playlist that's called Bahaghari. So, did you know na magiging kasama ka sa playlist na yan? Or sa mga...
with all honesty talaga, I really have no idea about what's going to happen when I will release my song Kalawakan. ayun, for Kalawakan, di ba yun? Yung, Ba't na? Oh, kasi for Bangin kasi before, naging cover ako for Fresh Find. So,
Yeah.
kahit yun, talagang nagpanic ako pag si Sir Alex kasi nagbabalita sa akin usually na, hoy, ganito, napasok ka sa ganitong playlist, tapos parang nag-freak out ako pag ako lang mag-isa, yung parang sa sobrang tuwa ako, nagpapanik ako konti, ganon. So, ganun din yung na-feel ko lalo na pag naging cover, talagang, yung, alam mo yun, yung kapag hindi pa nila napuntahan yung playlist, yung mukha ko na yung makikita nila. So, parang nakaka-happy ng sobra. And of course, hindi ko talaga siya in-expect. And ayun, kasi hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin nawala yan sa akin yung ugali na kasi yung sa buy before ko siya ni-release, talagang in-expect ko lang 1,000 views, 1,000 na streams, and happy na ako kapag tumuntong siya ng 1,000. So hanggang ngayon ganun pa rin ako, talagang madali akong masatisfy na kapag alam ko na na-spread na sa at least 1,000 people yung song ko. Happy na ako doon. What more kung umabot pa siya ng more streams, parang napaka-fulfilling na nun sa akin, and na of course well satisfied, ganyan.
Right. And ganun naman sa first 1,000 I mean, not just for the 1,000 but for the 100. First 100, kakalat na yan for another 100, and manganganak at manganganak, as they say. Moving on to the current single, this was debuted most recently, June 18 to be exact, last Friday actually. Super brand new, fresh from the oven, bagong luto, bagong hain. Anak ko, napunta na naman tayo sa pagkain dahil gutom pa ako. But let's get back to Kalawakan. How did you get to write Kalawakan?
Okay, so before I proceeded to the parang finalizing the song, I thought of something na would inspire people like me who tend to dream, who tend to have a lot of dreams, kasi as a person talaga, I always I love parang yung mag-envisioning, parang mga ganun-ganon, yung mag-dream ka, mag-set ka ng goals sa life mo. I love doing that kasi it gives me, reason to move forward, and of course to parang to something to look up to in the future, ganyan. That's why I'm using the present, or whatever I have now para maging something good in the future. So ayun, parang yun yung gusto kong maging inspiration for Kalawakan, na 'di ba, a lot of people have been doubting themselves, na parang naiisip nila na hindi pa sila sapat, or kailangan meron muna silang gawin, maging expert muna sila sa isang bagay bago nila simulan yung dream nila, ganun. Pero what if hindi pala dapat sila ang mag-attract sa universe para mag-conspire ang universe? What if yung universe mismo ang nag-aantay lang sa kanila? So kaya yun, gusto ko ma-realize nila.
Law of attraction. Yes. So
ayun.
Believe in that. Teka, let's give them a sample para alam naman nila what are we talking about.
Mga mata ay nasa langit, hanggang ilipad aking sarili. Nalilig ang bulong ng hangin, hihipad ang bigat sa aking dibdib. Bitawan ng lahat, palayain mo ng pagturusa. Bawiin ng duda, ipaano ng lungkot sa luha. Ito ay iwanan, kalimutan ng takbo ng oras. Tanggalin ay isigaw, dahil handa ka na. Ngayong gabi, ikaw ay niliwanag, magiging araw sa likod ng buwan. Mula pa ay pipila, di ka na maliligaw. Mga bituin na isasayaw, tinig sa puso ay pumarang. Ang kalawang ay ikaw ang hinihintay.
Yeah, that's Kalawakan for you. And I love the feel of the song because it does make you feel expansive. That there's so many good things out there that we are blocking ourselves from, because as you said, pinangungunahan natin, we say that, ay, mahirap yan, di ko kaya. Ay, masyadong maganda yan, hindi ko deserve yan. Or, masyadong gwapo yan, pangit lang ako. Or so many things that we tell ourselves that we don't deserve that because we're less than that. And sana naman wag. No?
Yes,
And when you do write, I was wondering, which one comes first for you? Would that be the music first, or the lyrics, or the fulfilling combination of sabay in dalawa?
It actually depends on what is available sa akin. No? Parang may times kasi na nagsa-start ako sa melody and yun yung usual talaga na way ko sa pag-create ng isang song. Melody muna, tapos parang mga gibberish na lyrics, gano'n. And then I edit it out, ganyan. So ayun, parang mag-iisip ako ng lyrics or words na mag-fit in, or yung syllables yung mag-fit in doon sa melody na na-create ko. Kasi I think na melody also plays a big an important role sa isang song, kasi yun talaga yung magdadala, kasi yun yung first na makaka-capture ng people. So I need to think of a melody na talagang magsistick sa mind ng people kapag narinig nila yung song. So ayun, usually I start with melodies. Sometimes may mga producers na nagsasubmit ng mga instrumental, and that's what happened for Kalawakan. Kasi Kalawakan before had a different it's a different song.
Different
Different lyrics, different melody, pero hindi ako satisfied. So bringing home ko yung nagawa namin. Kasi si Kyle Polido is my classmate before, and then ayun, hanggang ngayon we're still friends. So same kami ng passion, which is music. Pero ang maganda lang kay Kyle is he is a good producer. Great producer pala. Sorry. So ayun, pumunta ako sa bahay nila.
Sinabi mong good, hindi
kaya ako.
No, hindi na kayo friends.
Kaya ako. So ayun, siya yung nag-produce ng Kalawakan, and then nagbigay ako ng mga ideas, yung melody na naisip ko, and then doon niya binagay yung parang arrangement ng everything, ng instrumental. So yun, bringing home ko siya, tapos nagulat siya pag send ko ng demo sa kanya, iniba ko yung ginawa namin, parang iba na yung lyrics, iba na yung melody, so parang mas nagustuhan niya kasi mas nag-make sense na yung song. So ayun, minsan ganun rin yung process ko.
Right. Yeah, and just because you wrote a song in one sitting doesn't mean that that's the final version. Minsan dadaan pa ng ilang rewrites yan eh. So it's okay to rewrite. Given a chance, sinong artist na gusto mo ma-collaborate locally?
Local, talaga, SB19 or Casey Tandingan, Sarah G. Rami, si Unique. Ayun, si Zil.
Sama naman si Kyla at si Morissette. Sabay ganun eh.
Yes.
May pabulong pa eh. Para kasama yung mga favorites ko. Kung foreign naman, let's say, if no holds barred, sinong ideal collaboration mo?
I think it would only be Lady Gaga and BTS.
Yes.
BTS.
Ayaw mo ng Sam Smith because I get Sam Smith vibes from your song, and
I also love. I would love to work with Sam Smith also. Actually, kahit sino. Basta bagay.
All right. So So shout out to any international artist who's into electropop, synth, R&B, dance. Paul Pablo wants to work with you. and hope you're listening. These days, because of the pandemic, live events are obviously not happening yet, but there will be some online performances. Are you looking into that?
Of course, I would love to, pero right now I'm still under the process pa of medication, kasi yung sinusitis ko talagang lumala, and nagkaroon din ako ng adenoidal hypertrophy. So medyo medyo may pagkangungo ako magsalita, and hindi ako nakakakanta talaga properly, medyo may mga piyok ganun. Pero ayun, so far ngayon kasi parang 4th week ko na, so medyo nakakakanta na ako. Ang problema ko lang talaga is yung modulation. Talagang hindi ko mahirap i-pronounce ang mga words, pati yung breathing. So ayun, pero nag-tweet ako about it.
I hope you get better. Are you taking any I suppose you're taking medicine for that, for
yes,
sinusitis? Makuha ba yan sa proper hydration and I guess vitamins?
Oo, pero kapag talagang lumala na siya, hindi na, parang Kasi usually talaga may infection. So kung infection, parang merong mag-antibiotics ganun. Since hindi infection yung sa akin, talagang lumala lang yung allergy kasi 1 year ako hindi tawag niyan, hindi nagparamdam yung sinusitis ko for a year
Okay.
last year. So
Right.
kaya ang rami kong na-record na songs last year kasi talagang birit na birit ako kahit sa bangin, walang challenge yung bangin sa recording before. Ngayon, hirap na hirap talaga akong kantahin
Oh
yung
no.
bangin yung dahil sa sinusitis ko. Pero sana
Wait,
gumaling agad ako.
there's something that we do here sa bahay. Ang tawag nila suob. So,
Oo.
will that work?
It helps. Pero,
It helps.
oo.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I wish you well. And for those people
Thank
na
you.
hindi nila alam kung ano yung suob, look it up online. No, I was kidding. It's just basically inhalation of steam. And apart from that, nilalagyan namin ng Vicks para may konting mint. And it frees up the nasal passages. And that will help clear your sinus. Hopefully, for those who have not tried it, it works. So your songs, again, like all musical music these days, digitally, you can listen to it on Spotify. I'm sure Apple Music, andun din yun, and all other digital music retailers that they can buy it and stream it. Where can they find you on social media if they want to follow you?
If you guys want to get more updates about me, just follow me on my Instagram and Twitter account. And also on TikTok, my username is all the same. It's Paul Pablo. And of course, I also have a Facebook page. And yung Facebook page ko so far, ang pinaka-updated sa lahat. So, ayun, please do follow and like my Facebook page. It's
All right.
Paul Pablo. And of course, the same with my YouTube and Spotify, Apple Music.
We shall do that, and I'm sure they will as well. Thank you so much, Paul,
for being
here. I wish you
so much.
I wish you well, speedy recovery from your sinus, and more success in your songs, and may it also be a gateway for you for not just happiness but also success and validation and also representation, being an LGBTQ ally that you are and an advocate. And it's Pride Month. Raise your flag high. Do not be worried. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your accomplishments and what you want to do in your life. This has been Kaz for On the Spot 947. Till the next edition, we shall be on the lookout for the next artist that we shall be putting on the spot. So keep it right here on All Hits, Mellow 947. Sounds good. Thank you, everybody.